Situated atop some of Victoria's highest mountains, Hotham proudly holds the title as the state's powder capital and stands as the sole upside-down ski resort in the Southern Hemisphere. Perched along the Great Alpine Road at an elevation of 1,750 metres, the central village serves as a gateway to the resort, with 80% of its ski runs nestled in the valleys below. Hotham is home to an unconventional experience when it comes to skiing, where instead of boarding a chairlift at the base village, you can park your car at the top of the resort and then drop into one of the many runs located below the village. But do these unique aspects make Hotham one of the best ski resorts within Australia? In this video, we'll go through a complete overview of Hotham and cover everything from the resort zones, the lift system, the terrain, the lift ticket pricing, lodging options, and the resort's location. If you want to learn more about Hotham, keep watching or check out our website, snowstash.com. And don't forget, whilst you're here, to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay updated with all of our latest adventures and mountain reviews. Although Hotham is a single ski resort, it can be effectively divided into separate zones, each offering their own unique experience. For beginners seeking the more gentle slopes, the summit of the resort and the dedicated beginner zone called the Big D provide the ideal terrain. The central area of the resort caters well to intermediate to advanced riders, boasting a plethora of fantastic trails. Additionally, tucked away in the far corners of the resort, you'll discover the Orchard, which boasts some of Australia's finest intermediate trails that include jaw-dropping views of Mount Feathertop and the surrounding Alpine National Park. When considering an ideal destination for learning how to ski and ride, Hotham might not be the first place that comes to mind, as it primarily caters to intermediate to advanced riders. However, it does have a few options for beginners to get started with their riding journey, along with an incredible ski school operation. Approximately 10% of the beginner terrain is concentrated in a dedicated area known as the Big D, which stands alone from the rest of the resort. This area is also where the night skiing takes place, as available during the peak of the winter season. Additionally, beginners can find suitable terrain at the summit of the resort, served by the Summit Quad and the Summit Pommer Lift. However, it's important to note that there is no beginner options available in the main part of the valley. Despite this, with the presence of the beginner zone and the support of the Hotham Ski School, newcomers can still have a rewarding and enjoyable experience whilst they learn how to ride at Hotham. The resort truly comes alive for intermediate riders, with blue runs constituting 40% of the overall resort experience. If you can confidently navigate a blue trail, Hotham becomes an absolute paradise as it boasts numerous intermediate trails that all lead throughout the main valleys of the resort. One of the highlights is the Australia Drift, an excellent spot for taking laps, and it is conveniently serviced by its own T-bar lift. Those seeking continuous vertical, Varsity and Hogsback deliver 263 metres of descents, with the Blue Ribbon chair providing seamless access to non-stop laps when it's running. Sadly, this chair gets a bit of flack, as it's sometimes the last chair to open and is always the first chair to close. Venturing out to the far edges of the resort may take some effort, and when we say effort, we mean multiple chairlifts, but the rewards are unparalleled. When the Orchard area is open, it unlocks the best intermediate terrain you can find in Australia. Well, in our opinion, that is. With 2 lifts and 11 enticing trails to choose from, riders can spend hours out here in this zone, zipping down impeccably groomed trails, also riding among the iconic Australian gum trees. Approximately 25% of the trails at Hotham cater to advanced riders. And when the resort experiences a good snowstorm, the Blue Ribbon chair is operational, the 6 advanced trails become unbeatable. These runs offer a challenging upper section that gradually eases into somewhat gentler terrain in the lower parts. The Heavenly Valley chairlift is the epicenter of advanced riding at Hotham and possibly all of Australia. This chairlift services a remarkable collection of 17 advanced trails. Here you'll discover everything you can wish for: moguls, steeps, rocks, jumps, and technical tree runs, as well as a natural half-pipe. The Heavenly Valley Chair operates from 7:30 a.m. on Wednesdays through Sundays, subject to conditions, and is often the busiest chairlift in the entire country, drawing riders from all around. Furthermore, scattered throughout the resort, you'll find a handful of other advanced runs that offer a challenge, and these can be handy when the lines at Heavenly are overcrowded. 15% of Hotham's terrain caters to experts, boasting the largest collection of expert trails found anywhere in Australia, also doubling what any other resort has to offer. Two main areas stand out as a haven for expert riders. The first area, aptly named the Wall of Death, lies directly under the village chair. This area presents a challenging ride, demanding speed to surmount the second rise and avoid a hidden creek that could necessitate hiking out. Caution is crucial here, and following open and closed signs is advised, as there have been instances where avalanches have occurred in this section. The second and more extensive zone, known as the Extreme Zone, situated just to the right of the gotcha chair. As you approach this zone, a steep gully is present, leading all the way back down to the main valley. Plus, to get in here, you're required to enter through designated gates. Certainly a unique feature for an Australian ski resort. Among the best trails within this zone, the Gotcha Face and Mary's Slide are our top picks. It's essential to note that this area is not conducive to lapping. Exiting involves navigating a trail which is just above a creek and is very narrow. Only confident and skilled advanced riders should venture into this zone, as it's high risk but high reward. Another expert trail, One Tree Hill, is less tracked out as it's harder to get to. Accessing this trail involves an extensive traverse which demands ample speed. If you're a snowboarder, prepare to unbuckle, you're going to have to walk. However, the reward is worth it. Untouched snow, expansive open bowl that sometimes remains pristine well after lunchtime. The lift system at Hotham is primarily functional, though it may not be known for its comfort or its glamour. The resort employs fixed grips for all of its chairlifts, a total of 8 fixed grip quads and 1 triple chair. While these lifts may lack opulence, they are strategically positioned to disperse riders across the various corners of the resort, effectively minimizing congestion. The only notable instance of extensive queues tend to form at the base of the Heavenly Valley Chair, specifically on busy weekends and holidays. Apart from the quads and triple chairs, the resort features a single T-bar, which is located off the summit, catering to more experienced riders. Also, there's a friendly pommer lift in the beginner zone, which can be found in the summit region, ideal for newcomers to skiing and snowboarding. One of the most distinct lifts at the resort is Keogh's and the Orchard. Despite appearing as 2 lifts on the trail map, it's actually a single lift, with a top terminal on each side. Riders load in the middle of the lift at the base, making it a unique experience and an efficient setup, which we've actually never seen anywhere else in our travels. In summary, while Hotham's lift system may not boast luxury, it effectively serves its purpose, spreading riders across the resort and allowing them to access the diverse terrain the mountains have to offer. Hotham is home to the highest terrain park in the country, and it's often where you can see some of the best riders in Victoria throwing it down at the resort. The advantage of its elevated location means there's more snow to play with and build incredible features. However, this position of the park also exposes it to occasional extreme winds given its openness. Every season, the park builders at Hotham work their magic, creating an incredible setup under the summit chair. This terrain park is a true playground, offering a comprehensive range of features, from small to extra large jumps and rails. As spring rolls in, the park truly comes alive, and in abundant snow years, some jumps have been known to reach higher than the surpassing chairlifts. Whilst the terrain park is a cool place to hang out, it does share the same lift with the beginners area, which can lead to congestion during peak times. To access all of the lifts in the terrain at Hotham, all riders are required to purchase or at least own a lift ticket. A standard lift pass provides complete access to the entire resort. A single adult for a single day, the lift ticket typically ranges from around 170 to 211 Australian dollars, which is approximately equivalent to 140 US at the time of making this film. Child lift tickets are more affordable, ranging from 90 to 120 AUD, which at the time is about 93 US. For those looking to maximize cost savings, the Epic Australia Pass offers exceptional value. Hotham is fully owned and operated by Vale Resorts, which means unlimited access is included on the Epic Australia Pass. Depending on how far in advance the pass is purchased, the Epic Australia Pass can cost anywhere from $899 to $1,299 Australian. On average, the pass pays for itself in about 5 to 6 trips to the resort. The main perks of holding an Epic Pass extends beyond Hotham, granting unlimited access to both Falls Creek and Perched whilst in Australia throughout the entire snow season. Additionally, during the northern winter season, Epic Australia Pass holders can explore various international destinations such as Japan, Canada, Europe, and North America. We've used our Epic Pass to ride the resorts in Utah, Lake Tahoe, Whistler, and most recently, Japan. The Aussie ski season is fickle and is becoming worse and worse every year. The ski season starts in the holiday weekend in June and extends to the first weekend in October, subject to weather conditions. In 2022, we saw over a metre of snow before the opening weekend. However, 2023, it was dry. 2024, like this weekend, it's meant to be opening, but of course, there's no snow. As soon as the snow starts falling or the temps drop, they can normally get a single lift operating, and it's normally in the beginner part of the resort. The main valleys below the village don't typically open until there's at least a metre to a metre and a half of fresh snow. The peak of the ski season falls during the late July school holidays through to the end of August. This is where you'll find the best winter conditions. August and early September stand out as prime months, providing the best snow conditions, but with September arriving, that also means spring is on the way. The sun begins to shine, the snow turns to corn, and everyone's out riding in their t-shirts. These last few weeks that lead all the way through to October, which is typically closing, are some of the most fun. The snow base is deep, the sun is out, the resorts are less busy, the lift tickets and the accommodation are all much cheaper as the season winds down. All the lodging options at Hotham are located within the snow, but they are not strictly ski in, ski out. The majority of the lodgings are situated at the summit of the resort near the chairlifts or in the lodges of houses along snow-covered roads. To access these lodgings, guests need to take a bus as driving to these locations are not permitted. Hotham provides diverse accommodation choices to suit all types of snow travellers, from cosy shared ski lodges, hotel rooms, spacious apartments to full-size multi-room houses, which are perfect to accommodate multiple families. While staying on the mountain offers its advantages, it does come at a cost, with a typical one-bedroom apartment priced at around 800 Australian per night. For those seeking more budget-friendly options, accommodation can be found in the nearby towns of Harriettville or Bright. However, opting for off-mountain accommodation means that the drive is approximately 1 hour up and down to the resort each day, navigating potentially challenging roads, and this area is known for being one of the trickiest roads in the country. Perched at what feels like the absolute top of Victoria, Hotham proudly claims the highest point on the Great Alpine Road. As the only upside-down ski area in the southern hemisphere, the resort offers a unique experience, where once you park your car, you can drop into a ski trail. However, reaching Hotham does come with its challenges due to its remote location. The journey involves navigating what we personally believe to be one of the most treacherous roads we've ever driven on, often leading to a white-knuckle experience for most drivers. Snow chains are frequently required for all vehicles, adding to the adventurous nature of the drive. But the resort manages the road. They also provide guidance on when to put on and when to remove your chains. Hotham is approximately 4.5 hours drive from Melbourne, though travel times certainly do vary depending on the weather conditions and who's actually on the road. Visitors coming in from Sydney are in for an 8-hour drive, but they might consider destinations like Perched or Thredbo along the way. Those coming in from Adelaide, the trek is a grueling 11-hour cross-country journey, making it more suitable for longer trips rather than the weekend getaways that Melburnians seem to do. Hotham Resort certainly has a lot to offer, despite a few potential drawbacks. The drive up the mountain may present challenges, but the rewards are worth it. With the high altitude, exceptional snow conditions, breathtaking views, and the significant portion of advanced and expert terrain, Hotham provides to be a paradise for experienced riders. Whether you're a seasoned skier or a beginner looking for a new winter destination, Hotham Resort is definitely one to consider, promising an unforgettable winter escape in the high alpine of the Victorian mountains. What are your thoughts on Hotham? Have you been? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Share your experience with us in the comments, and to learn more about Hotham or the other incredible ski resorts found in Australia, feel free to visit our website, snowstash.com.